Hello everybody, this is Tip Top Gaming here today with another Magic the Gathering video. The end of the year is quickly approaching and 2020 is just around the corner. Today I'll be breaking down what is coming to Magic the Gathering in 2020. 2019 has been a decent year for Magic. You can expect an end of the year review coming later this month. Alrighty, on to 2020. I'm assuming 2020 is going to be full of jokes like hindsight's 2020 or the vision of the future is 2020. However, the Magic lineup is no joke. Starting right off the bat, Wizards of the Coast will be releasing Tharus Beyond Death. This set has already had some card leaks, so if you don't want any details about Tharus Beyond Death, skip to the timestamp shown here. Alrighty, I warned you. This set features the underworld of Tharus with mechanics like Devotion, Constellation, and Escape. Elspeth, a fan-favorite planeswalker, is returning with a unique design, and it already looks super awesome. Tharus Beyond Death is slated for release on January 24th, 2020, and pre-release will be on January 17th. That also means you can expect it to roll around an MTG Arena before the 17th. The next product is fun and wacky. Coming February 29th, yes, February 29th, Unsanctioned brings all new wacky fun to the white-bordered format you love. With a couple brand new cards and a ton of reprints, Unsanctioned is sure to be a blast. It comes with 5 30-card decks, awesome new lands, and much more. 30-card decks? Yes, you take 2 colors and mash them together to get a brand new experience. The decks are meant to be different every time, and with the craziness of unsets in the deck, it's sure to be a hit. A price for this game night style product has not been released at the moment. The next product was recently announced, Mystery Booster. This epic reprint product comes out March 13th, 2020. It contains over 1,500 cards and tons of value. You will, however, be able to play with these things at Magic Fest now. However, WPN packs will not be sent out till March. I recently did a video covering a ton of information about Mystery Booster. You guys should check it out in the card right here. The next product that we know about is Ecori, Lair of Behemoths. Ecori is a land of giant monsters, and it will be released April 24th, 2020. This new standard set will be all about monsters. According to Mark Rosewater, it will feature some sort of creature building. Recently, a leak has come out showing that there might be some sort of token abilities because there's these punch-out cards that we're seeing on things similar to Amonkhet. And so based on the description, it could be something like, oh, this creature now permanently has Death Touch. This creature now permanently has First Strike. That's about all we have, and so we really can't say more. However, it'll be interesting to see what happens. That's a crazy concept, and something that seems more likely to appear in Unsanctioned. But hey, creatures are the core of Magic, and big ones are great. Ecori will have another product being released at the same time as it, Commander 2020. Well, that's a bit of an oversimplification. Ecori, Lair of Behemoths, will not have Planeswalker decks. Instead, it will launch with 5, not 4, but 5 Commander decks. Wizards has assured us that these Commander decks will be just like the normal ones, however, they come out earlier. There will not be a ton of Ecori cards, however, there will be themes from Ecori in the Commander decks. For instance, if this would have happened with War of the Spark, there could have been an Amass deck that had new cards printed just for Commander to make the mechanic more Commander-friendly. However, the new cards have their own set code and are not legal in Standard. So just think of these like your normal yearly precons. Big cards, weird deck box and all. And there's just one more deck box. Ecori is overall looking awesome. I can't wait. The next product has not been confirmed, however is most likely going to happen. In April of 2020, there is a very high chance of the Challenger decks returning. The Challenger decks are watered-down versions of the current meta standard decks. They allow someone to pay just $30 and be able to actually win at F&M. I love these products. My first ever standard deck was built using the backbone of the Izzet one from last year. The Challenger decks offer a variety of rares, mythics, lands, and all have awesome value. I hope they return. If they do, I expect them to return in either April or May. There was actually an interesting product, I believe released in Japan, which was a Japanese-only Challenger deck style, and it had a blue-green Nissa deck and one other deck, and it was very interesting to see that kind of product released at this time of year. Last year after War of the Spark, which is last year's Ecori in terms of release date, it was followed up by Modern Horizons. 2020 has not had such an announcement. We know of Commander Legends, however that's coming later in the year. It's highly likely that there is no Modern Horizons this year. However, they have done Modern Horizons S sets and a Master set in the same year, so it's not completely out of the picture that another one could be released in June. However, with the additions of Mystery Booster, I find this highly unlikely. Next, with the possibility of being released in June, the 2020 Signature Spellbook has a high chance of being released. While it's not confirmed, it appears that another Spellbook will be released. Because this product has not been confirmed, there are no details about it. However, spellbooks have always launched in June. The top candidates to get a signature spellbook include Chandra or Liliana. However, nothing has been confirmed. The next product on the timeline is Core Set 2021, which will most likely have a July 2020 release date. Core Set 2020 was themed around Chandra. We received 4 new versions of Chandra to haunt Standard. Core Set 2021, on the other hand, will focus on everyone's favorite Standard killer, Teferi. Teferi is the face of Core Set 2021, and will most likely have multiple cards to haunt Standard. However, Core Set 2021 is going to be a pretty standard set. Next, let's talk about Zendikar Rising. Surprisingly, there's nothing announced between Core Set 2021 and Zendikar Rising. Zendikar Rising will mark the return to Zendikar without the Eldrazi. It'll be interesting to see what unfolds when this set comes to MTG Q4 of 2020. Remember, this is when rotation happens. However, that's pretty far away, and as such, we don't know much. However, we do know there will be 2 Commander precons released with Zendikar Rising instead of Planeswalker decks. These Commander decks are more bare-boned, meaning they don't have the big cards and they only contain a few new cards. They are meant to introduce players to Commander while also having reprints that collectors want. This means that by Q4 of 2020, there'll be 7 precons for Commander. The next product is for Commander players, Commander Collection Green. The release of this compared to Zendikar Rising has been unclear, however it'll appear in Q3. There's an image that shows Zendikar Rising is Q3, but they've also said it's in Q4. It is unclear, however on that timeline this comes out after Zendikar. Commander Collection Green will feature 8 cards that are Commander staples, similar to that of signature spellbooks. They will contain alternate art and will be must-haves. They will be exclusive to WPN stores, and premier WPN stores will have full foil versions for players who like to really bling out their deck. This, in all honesty, could replace Signature Spellbook for 2020, as they serve a similar function. However, due to its placement on the timeline, it's most likely that this will be in addition to Signature Spellbooks. Every November, a somewhat side product is released. Now, Ascension could be filling the spot, however it's more likely that Game Nights will receive another update similar to this year. It is also possible that a Spellsinger starter kit could also be released. This is not confirmed, however it is highly likely based on patterns. The last and maybe most exciting product of 2020 will be Commander Legends. Commander Legends is the Commander version of Modern Horizons that makes drafting Commander possible. With 20 card packs, 2 Legends in each pack, and a foil, this set will be full of surprises. Along with this draftable set, 2 additional precons will be released. It is unclear whether these precons will have exclusive cards or if they'll just be pre-constructed versions of cards within the draft set. With over 70 new legendary commanders coming to the game, Commander will never be the same. Let's just hope it doesn't warp it for the worst. I'm looking at you, Modern Horizons. Now, before we go into the full year, I want to address a couple of things. Collector editions. I believe that collector editions will continue alongside with collector boosters and theme boosters for all of the future sets. However, if there was a set that would be admitted, it would probably be Core Set 2021, as it could be confusing to new players, and that's a new player product. Of course, there will also be more announcements, so stay subscribed to stay up to date. Also, there is going to be more secret layer drops, so keep an eye out for those. However, we don't have a lot of information, except for the fact that they may contain never-seen-before cards. Alrighty, let's break down the year as a whole. The year starts with Tharus Beyond Death and Unsanctioned, followed by Ecori / Commander 2020. There's a chance of Challenger decks, and there's also a chance of another Modern Horizons set. After that, there's most likely a Spellbook, followed by Core Set 2021. After that comes Zendikar Rising, and then after that comes Commander Collection Green and Commander Legends. This year looks great, and I'm excited to be sharing it with all of you. If you guys want to stay informed, please hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.